I'm gonna
All
do
right,
one there. All right, tell me when you're starting your Audacity.
starting right now.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to episode 6 of the PPB podcast. Today we're going to be focusing on sports. It's going to be a little different, but I think it's probably the best direction for the pod. I think it's a direction that Gabe and I can, give a lot of insight, but also have a ton of fun with. So that's what we're going to do.
I'm
Also,
very
if you're
athletic. I'm
yeah,
very
we're,
athletic.
yeah, same. Also, if you're on YouTube, look at our faces. We look cute.
How, you like it? You like it? It's more than a podcast now. It's like a video. You get to hear us. You get to see us. You get to like be with us. You get to be in us. It's like the whole shebang.
Yeah. So if you're on YouTube, comment what you see me doing right now.
And the
Sorry.
timestamp too.
Yeah, and the timestamp, and we'll give you a fist bump if we ever see you.
And $50 on Venmo.
From courtesy of Gabe. All right. So let's just hop into it. So we're recording Friday morning. The NBA finals just finished off. NHL finals finished off like
2 days
2 days
ago.
ago.
Wednesday.
So everything's super fresh. So yeah, I mean, Gabe, what'd you think of the game last night?
Last night's game was unbelievable to say the least. I expected more, honestly, but like it was such a close game. Like that's all you could really ask for from a fan, not of the two teams playing. You all you have to ask for is just a great game. And I wish it went to 7 just for the sake of more basketball. But such a great game, honestly. That's I'm speechless yet. Like I unpacked it all an hour later, and I was like, damn, like the Toronto Raptors really just won the NBA Finals. They went from like getting swept in the Eastern Conference Finals to just, I don't know, having probably a really easy road there. I mean, they did it effortlessly.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Toronto, I'm pretty bummed that KD and Clay weren't there to beat because now I feel like whenever anybody mentions that game for the upcoming like in the future, like that's always going to be something that's mentioned is that KD and Clay both weren't there for that game, and it kind of dampers it a little bit, in my opinion. I don't know what you think about that, but I don't
No,
know.
yeah, no, it's definitely that's definitely huge because the Warriors team was good because of KD and Clay. And like Steph Curry won 2 with KD and he won 1 with Clay. Just him and Clay and Draymond too. But Draymond is like, as you can see, I mean, he got a triple double, but his last stat that was in double digits was his points. Like he offers more than
Yeah,
just scoring. He doesn't really offer scoring that much. He's a great player, great athlete, but he's not a scorer. He's a role player. He gets those boards, he gets those assists. He's a great passer for how big he is. But
I was watching last night, and I guess he got like a steal or something, and he's like got a fast break. It's just himself for some reason. None of the other Warriors were with him, and out loud, I just go, this will be good, because he is just like he doesn't know how to score. Like his shooting form, I feel like is different every time he shoots the ball. Like he's like doing a squat and then just kind of launches it. And like anytime he drives to the basket, I always feel like he's looking to pass first, and he always passes. And I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, actually, so I play a lot of pickup basketball at home with my friends, and we all like to compare ourselves to NBA players. And the other day, someone compared me to Draymond Green because I can't score for my life, but I can grab rebounds and I can pass the ball. So,
Yeah, I'm very Draymond-y just because like my shot form is never the same twice.
yeah, definitely true. Like, yeah, one shot I'll swish it, and the other shot I'll like hit the corner of the backboard if I'm lucky. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I get from him, where it's like he'll swish it, but then he like completely airballs it, and you're like, it's just Draymond being Draymond. What do you mean?
yeah, like you don't if he makes it, you're happy, and if he misses it, you're like, well, what I expect.
Yeah, for sure. But Kawhi played super well. Kyle Lowry,
He's
he's
an
thick, but
enigma.
he's good.
He's an enigma. He's so funny. I People hate him. I love him. I
Yeah,
love
I'm a,
him.
I'm a
Like
fan of his.
he's like he's just a cute, chubby kid, you know? Like he finally got what he deserves it. If he didn't get a championship before he retired, I would have been upset. But he did, and he deserves it. Might be his only one, but hey, he's got one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Personally, I think Kawhi is probably going to end up staying. Because I definitely don't think the Knicks are going to get him. Because that's a rumor going around, but I don't think that's possible, to be honest. The Clippers maybe, but like now, if I were him, I'd rather stay in Toronto. Although, like after watching the game, having to listen to "O Canada" every time you play a game, and then the Star Spangled Banner, like that's a lot of time you're wasting as a player. I see why Toronto doesn't get too many free agents.
They just need another Canadian team, so when they just do those like Canadian versus Canadian teams, like they can just sing their little anthem and get on with it.
Yeah, no
You know?
Star Spangled Banner. Also, doing both it's a lot of work.
It should just be the home team's anthem, right? Like I get it, you want to be mindful for the Americans in the building, but like, who gives a fuck? Like just play basketball.
Yeah. Also, the national anthem last night, very lackluster in my opinion. Like the guy from Train, come on.
I sat down the
Uh,
whole time. I'm gonna be honest.
you sat down at home. Let us know in the comment section. Do you guys sit down or stand up during the
Yeah,
national anthem at home?
big question actually. We would love to know because sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'm feeling patriotic and I'm like, this is for the brothers, and I stand up. But then the other times I'm just like, why? I don't know, right? Like I kneeled whenever I heard it when I was playing sports. So why would I need to stand now?
Fair, fair, fair. Um, so yeah, I mean that's the NBA finals. We'll do a little bit more NBA talk as we get kind of later into the show. Um, but also the NHL finals just happened. Gabe can kind of say more about it, but to be honest, I mean I watched Game 7. I watched a little bit of the playoffs sprinkled in, but I'm a Rangers fan, so I wasn't too emotionally connected after the Caps got out because that was awesome.
Yeah. So hockey is one of my pride and joys in my life. I've been a hockey fan my entire life. Bleeding blue, blue shirts that is, not the Blues. I'm a Rangers fan as well. Um, and for me, it was a huge victory that the Bruins lost. It's a huge victory around the world because we can all agree that Boston fans are the worst fans in the world, and it's because they win so much. It's because Boston sports are the best in every sport. They're always in the playoffs. They're always like doing really well, and they can walk the walk. And that's why they're the worst fans in sports. And I live in New England, and as a Rangers fan or as a New York fan, that is, it's not easy at all because the rivalry there. And let me just tell you that watching those 7 games with those my New England friends was riveting, to say the least, because I was able to just get up and just fucking let them have it. I'm living vicariously through the one New York Ranger on the Blues, Michael Delzato, and it was awesome. I mean, I watched that game just not really as like an anti-Bruins fan, but just as a hockey fan, and it was just a really good game. Game 7, Bruins were dominating the first 2 periods, but like Rask, where was he? Where was Rask? And then Binnington, Brickwall Binnington, BBB, Triple B. That's BWB. It was amazing. I have a lot to say about the Stanley Cup Finals. It went to 7 games. That's all you can ask for. So it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean it was awesome. You know, kind of throughout Game 7, I just kind of wanted the Bruins to score just for it to be closer. But then I kind of realized like, hey, a wipeout like in Boston in Game 7, that's pretty beautiful. Because again, I was watching as an anti-Boston person as well. I'm not a huge St. Louis sports fan, like of the people either. St. Louis fans are annoying to me.
They also slice their bagels in the weirdest way.
What do
Like,
you mean?
have you never seen that?
No.
They take like a fucking bagel like right side up, and then instead of cutting it um horizontally with like so you could have like the 2 sides of the bagel, they just cut it vertically into slices. They slice their bagel.
I think I saw that. Yeah, that's
It's like a
weird.
meme, and it's like the weirdest thing in the world. And like the first thing that I saw on Twitter after the Blues won was just a reminder that St. Louis fans cut their bagels into slices.
Yeah.
So that was
That's
just a
not how.
salt. It was a salty Boston fan just being like, "Huh, like they have the cup, but like look at these sliced bagel idiots, right?" Like typical Boston fans. And also when they were announcing the Conn Smythe winner, it was very classful that the Bruins fans decided to stay around and boo. Just boo Gary Bettman and boo the winner of the Conn Smythe. Just let everyone know that they're upset that they didn't win a third championship this year.
I loved it because like so I'm a football guy primarily, and throughout my entire football life, it's like, oh yeah, fuck Roger Goodell.
Yeah, that guy
And it's very
sucked.
easy to forget that other commissioners are hated too. Almost every commissioner besides Adam Silver, honestly, people hate. And then you watch the NHL finals and you're like, holy shit. They hate you, they hate him too? And it's like always super refreshing. Uh and like Gary Bettman's like the dark horse. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But Game Seven, just the words Game Seven send chills down my spine when it comes to hockey. Always the most fun game to watch. I've been in a couple of those in my life. Never won one, but I imagine it feels pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I watched like way after the game. I watched like the trophy just because I was like, oh, how much longer are they going to let these guys like curse on camera without like doing anything about it? And
Yeah.
honestly, like I think I think it's intentional at this point. Like I think that they let them curse on camera and on TV because they know that's the only way you're going to keep on watching.
It's
They
also
need those
live
views.
too. It's like so hard to know when they're just gonna drop one, because these players are conscious of like, hey, like I can't swear on live TV, but I also just won the
I
like
mean,
what I've been dreaming
there's a
of.
delay. People are there to edit it. Like there's like hundreds of people editing this live feed,
And
and
yeah,
there's a delay. There's like a 5 second delay. I don't know. Maybe the guy that whose job that was like just napping or something during
just
like
he was just like, fuck it. They're all gonna just say at that point they should have just muted the entire audio of these guys celebrating.
yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was tons of fun. So yeah. Um. I don't know what other sports thing. I mean, didn't like Roger Federer like or no Nadal won some kind of tennis thing. So congrats
Tennis,
to
tennis
him.
happened. I'm pretty sure I saw Tiger on the links the other day. Um, I mean, the women's national team, you know, the women's soccer national team. We'll get into that later, but they, let's just say, all out murder,
Yeah,
just manslaughter, woman slaughter,
straight up.
woman slaughter.
It's a beautiful thing to watch American soccer go well. Just because I don't know, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of
I'm
U.S.
they
soccer.
they're more important to me than the men's team because the women's actually bring home gold. The men's don't even make it to the World Cup sometimes. So hey,
Yeah, dude, they qualified. Like that's huge for us. And
yeah,
they curb stomped Thailand. Like I'll
absolute
take
murder.
it.
Yeah. So, but
Oh
actually, one thing to talk about now is the pop culture of sports, and the one thing that we all know and love is the Drake curse. And the question is, you know, Drake, Drake puts on your sports uniform and your bus is going up in flames. Like that's how it works. But this time, like Drake was by the Toronto side the entire season, and now he has a championship. So, what does that mean? Is that a coincidence? Or is it over? I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell because it's one championship. It's like one team over the countless amount of individuals and teams that he's just completely ruined. McGregor, that's a good one. The one
yeah.
individual I
I
can think of
mean,
right now.
I think it might be dead. The curse, but also like I was on his side there for the beginning of the playoffs because like this is fun. but then he got like super super into himself, and it is just too. It was too much. Like when he almost cried when Katie was off the court. Like chill with it. His reaction when Clay got hurt, like
Such
chill.
like come on, dude.
Yeah,
Like they also have to think about these guys are like he's like friends with these guys too. These are his friends off the court, and that's why he kind of feels so entitled to do what he does because he's like best friends with Kevin Durant and best friends with Klay Thompson. Like if you saw, he was Steph Curry and him were FaceTiming right after the Raptors won. And
yeah. I don't know, but to almost cry is a little much to me.
oh yeah, no, you're a grown man. Come on. Like these guys' bodies are insane. They will recover. You don't need to cry like a little
Yeah.
baby.
Also, I noticed like KD, have you ever done a calf raise in your entire life? Like, I know, I'm sorry he got hurt, super devastating, but do a calf raise. You know, those calves are tiny. As a guy with wonderful
All
calves,
basketball players' calves are just insanely small.
I
Most of
guess.
them. Most of them.
Yeah, but Iggy is cut though.
Iggy is Iggy's the man.
I'm a big Andre Iguodala fan.
He's the man. It's I don't know, but I wonder if he stays, to be honest. I wonder what the whole Warriors team is going to look like next year. Kevin Durant with that injury, Clay with that injury. They're both probably going to resign now. I mean,
Yeah,
they can
it'll
easily
be.
both get paid. They can both get their bag. They're insane. They're two of the top 10 players in the NBA by far. And they can both get that bag, but as you heard Clay talk about, Clay was like, I do this stuff for Steph. He's a huge Steph guy. KD didn't win another championship, so he probably feels like there's there's something left to do. He's also, I don't know how long, a ruptured Achilles. I don't know how long that's going to take to heal. Months, right?
Yeah, so the way it's looking, it's like so say all of them re-signed with the Warriors or KD. I think he has an opt, so he can either opt in for like 31 million or something like that. Clay is a free agent though. So say they both re-sign with the Warriors, they go back next year. KD's out the entire year essentially, or pretty much he's out for the entire year. Uh and Steph, or Clay, I think they said like February, March until he's back.
Well,
Um,
the surgery, they're probably going to do the surgery ASAP, and the surgery takes 6 months to recover from, at least.
yeah, a torn ACL,
That's a
I don't know. It's easier to come back from that than the Achilles injury. Like, and if I'm an NBA team without any kind of winning culture right now, like my wonderful New York Knicks, I don't know if I'd take the gamble and grab him, to be honest, because a lot of players are not the same when they come back from that torn Achilles. And I'd love for KD to be like KD again, but I don't know if we're gonna see it, to be honest.
It's like the whole Kobe thing all over again, which is
Basically,
sad. Katie's old too. He's like 30 something years old.
yeah, he's
I
like
mean,
31, which means he's probably like one good. He's probably got 3 or 4, maybe 5 good seasons left in him, and that's pretty much it. So it'll be interesting to see that recovery, and what his camp kind of thinks is the best decision for him. Because I don't know. I mean, look, I think any team would give him the max contract because you kind of have to.
that has to be a multi-year though. You're not going to sign some guy who's going to be on the bench for you for an entire year.
I mean, but that's what you have to do if you're going to give him the max for 4 years. You don't really have an option there.
I mean, it depends. I guess for him, he signs maybe. My guess is he signs like 1 or 2 years with the Warriors, and then comes back, shows teams what he's made of, and then tries to find a team that's going to pay him big to end out his career. I mean, after this, like, the way he looked before the Achilles injury, it looks like he had so many more years left in him. But the Achilles injury is a huge question mark stamp on his career. Like, what is he going to do now?
Yeah.
Right?
it'll definitely be interesting to see how he kind of recovers. Um, and I mean, he can't really change his game. He's been playing the same way for years, and he's just kind of perfected it. He's an amazing shooter, and amazing everything. So we'll see. For sure, we'll see. And yeah, so to close out that Drake segment, fuck Drake. Cool.
Fuck Drake. Fuck Drake. To be
Um,
honest.
yeah, I'm hip to that. I'm hip to that.
Hey, it's sports, baby. That's how it is. Sports is a business. That's what they always say, right? Go sports.
Yeah, go sports. I fuck with sports.
Yeah. Well, so now we want to get into our new segment ideas. Just so maybe we can do like a quick conversation about the change that we're making, kind of as a podcast, and what we're gonna be ensuing now, because we got some good segments now. Gonna introduce the idea of segments, something that podcasts have never introduced before. Starting the segment train right now.
Yeah, so we're going where no podcast has gone before. So we're gonna go a more sports. If this isn't obvious yet, we're gonna go a little more sports centered. That's not to say that we're completely changing the show, because like we did talk about sports before, and we're still gonna talk about pop culture stuff. It's just like
It's not gonna be a theme for an episode. I mean, you know me, I love drama and I love talking about anything pop culture, but most of it's going to be around maybe the pop culture of sports. And of course, we're going to still do Florida Man. Don't worry, Florida Man is still going to be introduced into our podcast, and we're still going to have guests that are not non-sports experts, quotes on that, but we're definitely going to take a more themed approach, and we both really love sports. We always talk about sports, and we think that we can make this an entertaining sports podcast in a way.
Yes. Even if you're not a sports fan, still
Even
listen.
if you're not a sports fan, because you know what? We're not talking about anything what we're talking about is stuff you see on the media, just broken down into little bits that you can enjoy and feast on.
Yeah. So let's get into it. The first segment idea, and we're gonna try and kind of work this into pretty much every show. We're calling this bye-bye. That means like you fucked up, you're done, goodbye. So my bye-bye is, the myth that Toronto fans are better than us. Fuck that. They're not. Sorry. You cheered when this guy tore his Achilles.
Canadian stereotypes that, don't worry about it. Oh, thank you. Oh, like, shut up. Come on. I've been around enough Canadians. I've played enough Canadians in my life to know that these guys are kind of assholes. Canada is not a fan favorite.
Yeah, you're not better than us, Canada. Sorry, you're assholes too. We're all assholes. We're all sports fans. We're all dicks. Like, that bottom line, everyone's awful. If you like sports, you're a bad person.
Honestly, yeah. And like, I've gotten my worst concussion in my life playing a Canadian hockey team, facing towards the boards, puck on my stick. Someone just completely comes up to me and rams me from behind. I go head first into the boards. Super, super illegal play, and just out for 2 months. And let me just say, that's an American move, Canada. That's an American move.
Yeah. Honestly, that was... Okay, I'm not going to go too far, but them cheering when KD got hurt, very Philly-esque. So I would be careful. You're playing a dangerous game there, Canada.
You're reaching Philly fan status, Canada.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in the end, probably every basketball stadium probably would have reacted the same. Because I don't think it was easy to tell with those kind of injuries. Like, oh, that's what happened. I think
his face was so blank too. He just kind of looked like his face was like, I fucked up.
Yeah, he looked like Kawhi.
Yeah, and everyone was cheering, and I'm just thinking like, Kawhi, are you doing this, Toronto? Right?
Nice. But that Instagram he posted, a little dramatic. Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
the picture was a little dramatic.
It's for the fans. I mean, ruptured Achilles, painful, but it's for the fans. Right? It's for the fans.
All right, Gabe, you want to give us your Bye-bye.
My bye-bye is also related to Toronto in a way, but it's actually pro Toronto, and it's for every single person who doubted Kawhi Leonard. I am a huge Kawhi fan. I love how quirky he is. I love how weird he is. I love how quiet he is. He's the ideal athlete, right? He's someone who lets his play talk for himself. And he like no matter what they say on like last year when everyone was like, "Oh, he's faking an injury. Oh, he's going to Toronto," but word has it he doesn't want to go to Toronto. He never ever commented on that kind of stuff. And the only time he commented on that stuff was yesterday in his press conference post game when he was like, "Yeah, everyone was doubting me. Everyone was saying that was faking the injury or that I didn't want to play for a team, but like I just play basketball and I love basketball." And
Yeah.
I follow this account. Shout out to Freezing Cold Takes on Twitter, who retweeted multiple other sports podcasts where they were just like Kawhi Leonard, like the Toronto Raptors are losing with this Kawhi Leonard trade, Danny Green, like they're not going to do anything. They are not going to win a championship. They're not going to, Kawhi's not going to play. He's a baby, blah blah blah. And look, months later, he's the Finals MVP. Bye-bye everyone who doubted this man. He's this championship, taking down the three-peat, solidifies himself as the top 30 in NBA history. Hot take, maybe not.
Take
Solidifies himself
30?
top 30.
I don't think that's a hot take at all. I
Top
think that's
30
kind
in
of like
NBA.
it doesn't seem that like adventurous of a take to me. Say top
Hey, whoa,
10.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, whoa. I'm sticking with it. Hot take or not, I'm sticking with top 30.
Okay.
Sue me.
Okay. Also, shout out Kawhi. His shoe brand is New Balance. Like that's weird.
Oh, he's also a lunch lady?
He also wants to be comfortable as he works the line in Chipotle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. He does whatever he wants. And he doesn't do it for the fans, as he says. He doesn't do it for media. He does it for himself. And he also, like, basketball is just a game to him. He prioritizes other life things over basketball. Like, he loves basketball and it's his life, but like he knows when to think outside of basketball. It's amazing. He's so in touch with himself. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. I'm a big Kawhi guy. I hope he goes to the Knicks. I know he won't. Uh,
A boy can dream.
exactly. Also, shout out Fred VanVleet. Big Fred VanVleet guy. I'm a big Wichita State fan, so go Shockers.
I wasn't a fan of him until he gave birth, because that's when he started being good. Well, he didn't give birth until his wife gave birth. He became a father, and then he became a daddy on the court.
Amen.
Amen. All right, that's a good start to bye bye, and now let's transition into another one of Maton's creations called Rip in Peace.
Yeah, so RIP in peace, which if you guys don't know, translate to rest in peace and peace. And so this is going to be someone who's done, like you're done. Very kind of similar to Bye now that I say it out loud, but it's different.
These are people like dead. Like bye is like you're canceled, you're irrelevant. What you said is stupid. Rip in Peace, same thing, but like you're dead. Like you're gone. You guys are over.
Yeah. So hold on, because this is gonna sound bad at first, but so Big Poppy got shot. He's not our.
You could have started that a better way instead
he,
of being like, so he was shot.
he's not my RIP in peace. My RIP in peace is the guy who shot him, because there was a video, and I'm saying what I think it is, but I could be very wrong, of this guy just fucking getting stomped on outside of the club where Big Poppy was shot at. And I think everybody kind of thought that he was the guy who shot him. And I think he's the guy who shot him. I was there. And so he's just getting curb stomped. So R.I.P. in peace, guy who shot Big Poppy. Big Poppy, prayers to you. You're not my R.I.P. in peace. Stay living, buddy. Love you.
it's funny because there's two videos. I saw two videos on Twitter of two different people getting curb stomped for shooting Big Poppy.
Okay.
So
So we have a
no,
strategy. If there is a shooting anywhere, just fucking start curb stomping people.
curb stomping anyone that looks guilty.
Yeah.
Honestly, anyone who's not upset about because Big Poppy is the love and joy of the DR. La Dominica Republica has one thing going for them, and it is David Ortiz. He is a Hall of Famer. He is a world champion, and he is the king of the Dominican. And if you shoot him, who who in the right mind was like, oh, this guy is the love and joy of my country. I'm gonna put a bullet in his back because you will get your ass handed to you. And two different people suffered for what one man did.
Yeah. As a big Poppy fan that I am, I've been trying to think about reasons why he could have been shot. And ultimately I can't think of one. If you're gonna do something to Big Poppy, kidnap him, get some ransom out of it.
Good
But
luck
don't
capturing Big Poppy though.
yeah. Yeah. First of all, don't go after Big Poppy at all. Great
Ever.
guy.
Don't touch
I,
him.
yeah.
As
I
a
mean
Yankee fan, I say don't touch Big Poppy.
yeah. I mean, no matter what fit, dude. Also, everybody tweeting out as a Yankee fan and then being like, "I'm not happy Big Poppy was shot."
Like, oh,
You
you're
got
such a
you
good
guys are
person.
you guys are heroes. Thank you. Um, and yeah. So I mean, I'm a Mets fan, so I have like it doesn't matter. Don't shoot Big Poppy. Don't
what
shoot.
if what if you
Okay,
saw on
hot
Twitter?
take, hot take, hot take. Don't shoot anyone.
That's hot. That's boiling hot.
Yeah, let's just
But
not shoot people.
what if you saw on Twitter just like complete 180s? Like as a Yankee fan, I kind of wanted Big Poppy to die.
Yeah.
like why would you have to preface that like as a Yankee fan? Like I did that as a Yankee fan because I saw so many tweets like that, but people are just like as a Yankee fan, like I'm sad he was shot. Like, oh, cool, dude. Like you should be sad that anyone gets shot because that's a huge issue in this world and that shouldn't be happening. But like people being like, as a Yankee fan, like if he died, like I don't know, I wouldn't have to hear the Yankees lose every time the Yankees lose, you know?
Yeah.
And is that a big loss? Who knows? Hot take, not a big loss. But don't shoot anyone. Don't shoot Big Poppy because, as you saw, no matter who you are, you will get curb stomped.
Yeah. So get well soon, Big Poppy. That's my RIP in
I
peace.
have a theory that if Big Poppy shot himself, they would curb stomp Big Poppy, and then they would curb stomp themselves for curb stomping Big Poppy. It's just like if Big Poppy, don't shoot yourself because you will cause the end of the world. Like
Yeah, everybody would end up getting curb stomped.
100%.
The entire Dominican Republic would simultaneously all be on the streets curb stomping themselves.
Yeah, which is one. I mean, like
That'd be kind of cool to watch.
Yeah, no. Let's not avoid that. It would be super cool to watch,
But
but
also, don't shoot yourself.
yeah, Big Poppy, don't shoot yourself. No one shoot yourself. Don't curb stomp. That's so 1980s.
No. Curb stomping is
That's so
it's an
1980s.
American staple.
Behind baseball in general.
Yeah. So as a Mets fan, if anybody hurts David Wright, then I would curb stomp someone. That's just how baseball works.
It goes baseball, curb stomping, Applewood, smoke bacon. Those are the three pillars of the United States of America.
Oh,
The three pillars. The three pillars.
Gotcha.
So let's get into my RIP in peace. And stated before, my RIP in peace is the Thailand women's team, the women's soccer team, because Alex Morgan single-handedly stabbed you guys in the uterus. She destroyed you. Five goals. Okay, 5 goals in one soccer game from both teams combined is a miracle. 5 goals from a single person. Now we're talking. 5. She didn't even score half the goals. You'd think, oh, she scored 5 goals. Like that's all of them? No. She scored less than half of the team's goals. They had 13. 13 to nothing. 2-0. That is murder. Blasphemy. I was shocked to see that. And then to think that they don't earn equal pay is disgusting because our men's team, where were they? Scoring what 13 goals in total in World Cup qualifying games and stuff like that. I saw that stat somewhere that the women's team scored more goals than the US team has in the past like couple
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. These
Yeah.
women just stepped on the women. This is what they did. They first stabbed the Thailand women's team in the uterus, and then came back to America and stepped on the U.S. men's team on the balls. They just stepped on their balls.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
So Alex Morgan, 5 goals, really freaking dope. Because Gabe and I we were talking when we were hanging out the other week. Like we were both talking about how awesome Alex Morgan is, and then she just drops 5 goals like very casually.
It's like she
Also-
heard that we were talking about us.
We
We were talking about her.
Sorry, Ababai, people that are mad that they celebrate after every goal. Sorry, you scored in the World Cup. Thailand qualified, so clearly they're doing something right. No, after every goal we celebrate. That is how soccer works. That's how football works. That's how football works. Get used to it. Sorry.
That's how all sports are. Scoring means winning, okay? No one should score and be like, well, no, I hate that. There's so many fuckers out there.
Unless you're losing.
Like Grizzlick's goal in game 7 of they're down 4-0 with like a minute left and Grizzlick puts one in over Bennington. Like, yeah, he looks so defeated. You want to know why? Because he knows that's just one goal in the step of nowhere. Because they aren't going to come back. Just because you scored one lucky bar down goal on Bennington doesn't mean you're going to stage a miraculous comeback. Miracle Part 2 wasn't going to happen. Bennington was a brick wall. All right? But if you're scoring it's like bat flips. People compare celebrating in soccer to bat flips in baseball. Like, yeah, if you score a big goal in soccer, celebrate. If you hit a big home run in baseball, bat flip and watch
Always
it.
bat flip.
Always bat flip. But if you score if it's like your 13th goal, right, and they're celebrating, people are like, well, don't do that. Like if you're up 6 and you hit a home run and you bat flip, they're like, oh, well, don't do that. Like, hey, that's a personal accomplishment. As a kid, when you're taking BP, all you do is imagine hitting a home run, right? Like that's why you bat, is to hit home run. That's why you kick a ball, is to score a goal. So why shouldn't they feel personally happy when they do that?
Yeah.
That's my little rant against celebration.
I am pro women's national team. I am pro celebration after every goal. Chile, we're coming for your ass. Sweden, don't even try. We got
get your Hergadurgan and your Swedish fish out of my country.
Although I really fuck with Swedish fish. But we got Group F on lock. Don't fuck with us. Bottom line.
Bottom line, women's national team bringing home that gold ball. You know what they're going to do? They're going to rub it all over the fucking men's team's face because they will never accomplish such a feat in the near future. Except Pulisic, you're really good. You're really good at soccer.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay. Hot take. So if the women's national team wins, we are going to give all the money that the men's national team was going to get paid and give it to the women's team, except for Pulisic, who has to give 65% of his, give 35% of his paycheck.
Because he's the only one on the men's team who's actually doing something.
Yes. Everybody else has to give all their money. And then we split it up based on goals. Okay, I'm still working out this idea because I've just realized they're defense people.
No. If they don't score, they don't get paid. That's just
okay. Yeah, fair. So yeah, it'll be based on goals. So the more goals you get, the more percentage of the men's national team paycheck you get. Boom! Right. We just solved equal rights.
Yeah, I guess that's exactly what we did. Hey, what can we say? We're huge advocates of the women's soccer national team. Alex Morgan, I know you're dating that guy or married to that guy on the LA Galaxy, but if you want a real man, stay with him. But if you want a child, I'm always here. Here.
Good shit. Yeah. We love you, Alex Morgan. Megan Raponi. Are you still playing?
Yeah, she's in there.
How about Abby Wambach? Is she still playing?
No, I think she's done. Well, Megan Rapinoe, there's some issue with her and what was it, FIFA or something like that.
No, it was the national anthem.
The national anthem, right? She didn't want to sing the national anthem because of the lack of equal pay and the anti-LGBT anti-LGBT statement that FIFA issued out, and they were like, "Oh, it was a good idea." I don't remember exactly what it is. I read an article about it the other day. But hey, don't sing that national anthem if they're not going to treat you the way you need to be treated. That's all I got to say.
Hell yeah.
All I got to say. Hell yeah, Rapinoe. Stick it to the man.
Speaking of equal rights, Alex Morgan
segue.
makes more than her husband. So
get fucked.
Yeah.
Alex Morgan's husband. I don't even. What is he? What's his name? Bruce.
Servando Carrasco.
I was really close with Bruce.
Bruce. Yeah.
Well,
so he, according to Google, he makes $48,825 for his salary. Wait, that might have been in 2014.
48,000.
That doesn't seem right. No, that seems right. That was in 2014. But Alex Morgan makes $450,000.
See, that's a salary. That's a soccer player's salary. And whatever Zlander Vodchovsky is making that's dirt money. Dirt.
He's making $67,500.
Dirt. Compared to his wonderful, wonderful spouse. Dirt.
We love you all.
We love you, Alex Morgan. We are the biggest fans of Alex Morgan. This is a pro Alex Morgan podcast.
Yes.
PAMP. PAMP. We are officially putting the PAMP sticker on our podcast. Pro Alex Morgan podcast. That's what it is.
Boom. All right. Anything else, Gabe?
Let's get into the questions that we don't have. No questions today from our lovely fans. I can ask a question. I can ask a quick question if
sure.
you so I was out in the woods the other day, just taking a time away from technology, taking time away from the world and all the dark and hatred it is. And I was wondering if you were to cut down a tree, but you weren't going to use an axe, how would you cut down the tree?
Laser beam.
Like realistically, like you're in the woods and you have nothing but a canteen and a spork.
Floss.
I told you what you had.
Oh, so a canteen or a spork?
Yeah. How would you cut down the tree?
I'd tackle it.
See that? Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Okay. Well, that was my one question. Just been eating at my mind the entire day, so glad I was able to ask it live. Do you have any questions for me? Because if not, quick announcement from the editor of this.
Yeah. So I have a question for the editor. How's the video coming?
Oh, so you're just gonna completely fuck this up for me? The announcement. Cool. Thanks. Yes, I am. Whoa. Let's break down our podcast here. Gabe, me, is the editor of this podcast. Not only do I edit the audio and make this magic actually happen, I actually am also editing our first ever YouTube vlog. Thank you. Come on, stop. So
putting clap sound effects.
Yeah, I could edit that in. Watch this. I'm gonna edit it in right now. Yeah, clap. So no, I don't need. I'm gonna edit it. Okay.
Yeah, I got you. Here, edit this in.
So Matan and I last week actually hung out for a whole week, just him and I with a bunch of friends before we ship off to work.
And we only argued twice. I made that up.
I don't think we argued at all. Yeah, we didn't really argue.
It was a wonderful trip. Fun was had by both. By all sides.
Yes. then we actually took a nice spontaneous trip to Rehoboth Beach with our friends and decided to vlog it. So I vlogged it. It's pretty good footage. The editing is amazing in my opinion. But come on. And so I'm gonna, leave a comment down below if you'd like to see it. I'm gonna post it anyway. Just gotta work out a couple logistical, ethical things. But besides that, it will be up very, very soon. Hopefully before the second one comes out.
Yeah. So basically, what our plan is to keep on doing the podcast over the summer, but we're also gonna hopefully spend all our days off together, or most of them at least, and get some vlog footage out of that. And that way we can bring you guys some more fun content on the YouTube front. So if you guys are listening on Spotify, Apple Music, any of that, you can 100% keep doing that. Subscribe over there, by the way. But also make sure that you head over to our YouTube channel. That just search up PPB Entertainment. We're the first thing that comes up, and subscribe there because that's where we're going to be uploading our vlogs as well as the face cams from our podcast. So yeah,
and a lot more to come. More comedy, more sports, more friendship. That's all I can really say about that. So
maybe
all I
we'll
gotta
post
say,
like some one-on-one games.
one-on-one games definitely. Just get the PPB life, what it's like to be famous comedians in this world that knows us so well.
Exactly.
So for me, I want to thank you all for listening to this episode of the new revamped PPB podcast. Big things to come.
Oh, also update. Quick thing. Just because I like you guys to know about my health situation. Uh, just got my allergy testing done. I'm allergic to a lot of things, so that's why my voice doesn't sound good. It's allergy season, so it's even worse. Plus, I can't breathe out of my nose. That's another thing. Oh, maybe I'll vlog my surgery if I get it. That'd be fun. Yeah. So I like bragging about my health issues. So yeah, I will. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Peace.
See you guys.